want to confirm that yes, there are situations where these people ended up marrying and starting homes in South Africa. The main issue, what will be critical, is for us to be able to document each case. Each party to the family needs to be documented. When someone got married there, some might have some registration that took place in South Africa, and where there's evidence for that, that person will have no reason to deny coming back with their father or with their spouse that is coming back. So those we should be able to allow. Just like any Zimbabwean who is going there, we should be able to trace them to understand whether they are civilly registered or not. Those cases can be looked at. We won't be able to prevent cases where the disruption in the families, but it will all depend on the status of the relationship which was there. A formalized relationship with no other way but to ensure that the repatriation is all embracing. I think that's what I can say. There are some people who have been there for many years, like you are saying. The issues is they would want as a first choice to come back to home where they originated. But because of circumstances, it could be possible that the home is no longer there or there's no one to receive them. They are not welcome. So these issues become directly social welfare cases. So in social welfare cases, it's not just the ministry or government. We also have the churches, we also have traditional leaders, they have to come in. But each case will depend on its circumstances. I think the issue of profiling becomes very critical. We have to understand the status of each person who is coming back. That's why every ministry is now kind of represented at the receiving center. And these provincial centers have direct instructions and standard operating procedures which they are supposed to follow to ensure that we are handling this properly. So there's still a lot that has to be done. But I wanted, through the chair, to allow Mr. Zimunga to chip in on the issue of the children.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Chair. The question about children, the 14,000, those ones are accompanied. They had their parents because we have to disaggregate this information according to age. So around 14,600, they are accompanied by their relatives. That one is not the problem. But the problem is the 8 children who were not accompanied, were traveling on their own. And these ones we've since identified their relatives and handed over them to their relatives who are here in Zimbabwe. And we are going to continue following up with their relatives on where they are staying, whether they are in school and whether they have adjusted. And this is what we do on a daily basis. Even before even before this program, we already had some children who were identified in South Africa as unaccompanied. They come to Zimbabwe through Bait Bridge. We take them to the reception center for like 7 days while we are tracing their relatives, and we reinvite them with their relatives. The aspect of health, indeed, some of them have ailments and want to go to seek treatment, and we are not going to start a new program, but use the already existing program that we have, where we provide medical assistance to those who are vulnerable and indigent. But this has to be done on a case-by-case basis. I thank you. And also regarding food, we are thinking of embarking on a cash transfer program to these vulnerable returnees. Right now, we are profiling them, coming up with a database on who is going where, so that we do our means testing, find out those who are deserving, and provide them with food assistance and some cash transfers, which are already doing to those who are already in the country of vulnerable. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and honorable senators. Let me start by addressing the question from Honorable Senator Chabangu on, I think, the family tracing. You've done it. The Act, if you look at Section 2, paragraph D of the Civil Protection Act, where it says if there is anything that threatens the well-being of a community, that becomes a disaster. So the repatriation and reintegration of people who are coming from South Africa, it is something which is threatening the well-being of our people. So it becomes a disaster. It's not the first one. We are dealing with drug and substance abuse now, but not even a single day did the president say it is a disaster. But you cannot have a nation where you have a declaration of states of disaster. You must see that problem, if it is threatening the well-being of our people, it becomes a disaster. That's why we came up with that, those 7 pillars under drug and substance abuse. And it is the reason why the state, besides the constitution, which P.S. Kunaka, section 35 of the constitution, that we must protect our people. And in this case, state-assisted programs under a disaster-related program, it becomes a disaster. That's why we coordinate. That's why we have activated the Cabinet Committee on Environment, Emergency Preparedness, Disaster Prevention and Management. I'm sure, Chair, I've answered on that one. Then coming to skills audit, let me say we have not captured all the skills. One, for a reason which Honorable Senator Ndlovu was talking about. Some use undesignated entry points, and again, they might have the skills, but some have also decided to come back before social welfare and others started. So what Cabinet said last week on the 14th of July is that all the 92 local authorities in this country must assist us in capturing, and the chiefs must assist us in capturing some of the skills that we have missed before the 28th May, which P.S. Kunaka was talking about. So it's an ongoing exercise so that we also capture them until we get to the 111 for now, to see which skills they have acquired during South and on undocumented citizens and documented, especially the undocumented one. The president, if you remember, in 2023, made a pronouncement that let's register all of them. And I'm sure the Ministry of Home Affairs and Cultural Health registered quite a number of people, and they even surpassed their target. And he jokingly, he said, you can call them all Kazembe Kazembe if they don't have surnames. So I'm sure that can still be done. And from the meeting that we held yesterday, sorry for making reference to that meeting, the ministry is prepared to assist the undocumented citizens. Then coming to Honorable Kambizi, this one is a social welfare issue, and this one is a social welfare issue again. Then Honorable Manyengawana, you were talking about the magnitude of